Hi everybody. It's Frida's birthday and I'm wearing one of the Lush Frida dresses that are new for us. But I really wanted to talk to you about how I started in the fashion industry, just to introduce myself. That's what we're doing. To the people who are new, the people who are followers, who perhaps don't know that I've been involved in the fashion industry since I was 17. I got my first job as a fashion model, and while I was in the industry I kept looking for fashion that I really wanted to wear. But as the 80s and the 90s, by the 90s it was just like, I'm not going to wear any of this rubbish. There was loads of chain stores. I could see everything was being mass produced when I started. Things were being created in the buildings that were above the agency that I worked from. And I knew that I couldn't handle to wear something that was mass produced. I knew about the conditions in China. I knew about the conditions in India. And I knew these things because they'd been intrinsically part of my business or my industry and my knowledge since I began. That's why in the mid-1990s I started to search places to work with. I'd already been dealing with Hong Kong, then I started to deal with India. And then I just went, neither of these places is satisfying me. I want something that's truly authentic. I want something that looks like the dresses that the women wore when I was a kid and I couldn't afford them. And for that reason, I kept searching and searching, and eventually I caught on and realized that it was places like Latin America that I needed to visit. I didn't want to visit places like Guatemala until later on in the 1990s, but as soon as I made my first trip, I bought dresses like these and started to sell them all over the place. At first it was just to friends, and following that it was inevitable that I was going to sell more and more and more of these products, and that I could stop producing the hosiery that I was doing, which was about the 19th business that I'd had since I'd started in the fashion industry, and sell something that was truly authentic. And it's really the main reason why I'm talking to the camera right now. It's the main reason why you need to hear it from me, and you need to hear it from me and understand that at that time there wasn't other people doing what I'm doing. At that time there wasn't people in the places that I was visiting even caring about the fashion that was created by Indigenous people, the fashion that was created by people who embroidered for hours to create a garment like this. I still have a friend who thinks that I'm very odd, that I want to wear something like this. But for me, it's always been about honouring the women that create the garments that I'm wearing, honouring the women who have the ability to embroider for hours and days and months to create something as incredible as this. And I'm honouring them, but I'm also showing you, the general public, all my followers and the people who've been supporting me for my whole life, how it's still possible to buy something that's incredible. We know that there's versions of these that come from Thailand. We know that they come from China as well. In fact, sometimes if I look at my analytics, it's people from China and Thailand. And who cares where else that are copying the original items. There's even a Russian organization that's very, very popular that's copying some of the styles we do. But for me, that's why I keep searching. I keep searching to keep ahead of the people who copy us. I keep searching to keep ahead of the Mexicans that have decided this is a great idea and they're all going to make a fortune because I must be making millions and millions of dollars. But that's how they see the United States, because that's where I'm from, apparently. So, look, getting back to it, I couldn't continue to live on this planet and wear the garments that were being mass produced. I couldn't do that because I knew that China was toxic. I knew that India was toxic. I knew that other places in the world that manufactured just couldn't make something slowly like this. And that's why I created Las Niñas Textiles for myself, and that's why this dress is one of a kind. That's why everything I sell is one of a kind. Sometimes they come in similar crochet colors. Sometimes they come, you know, with slight differences in shades and tones, but the embroidery, the stitches, the crochet, everything about the garment is individual, and that's why I do this. I do this because I've never wanted to be like anybody else, and unfortunately I got that from my mother. We're individuals, we're artists, we're designers, and we're creators. We are people other people follow. We're people who copy. My clients are the same. My clients are individuals who could wear this same dress and make it look totally different. And most times I'm like, I just love what you do with what I'm wearing. So thank you for your support. Thank you for all the strong women that support me and purchase from me and continue to encourage me to do what I'm doing. And I'd also like to honor the women who create these things for me, because without them, sometimes it's men, but it's mostly women, there wouldn't be Las Niñas Textiles. So thank you again. Thank you on this special week for me. That's my birthday, Frida's birthday. And I'm in Mexico City with my lovely friends. So, muchas gracias. Hasta luego.